Hello dear friends, in this video we are going to discuss about moderation, constitution and guardrails for LLM apps. So until now we have discussed many videos about what is generative AI, models in generative AI, transformers we discussed about LangChain, we discussed about RAG and we saw so many examples for everything. So using all this concept, we can able to develop LLM applications. But before we deploy any LLM application, this three important things is very important to be considered before we deploy any of the LLM application. So let us discuss why this moderation, constitution, and guardrails are important for any of the LLM application before it is used. So let us go one by one. First, what is moderation? What is mean by moderating response in the sense whenever we ask any questions to the chatbot, the question the user asks and the response made by the LLM both should be appropriate, ethical, respectful, and safe for the user. So, if it is not safe or respectful or it is not too ethical, then that should be filtered. And all those harmful and abusive content should not be reflected back in the application or in the LLM application. And the user who's repeatedly using should be want to avoid those kind of input. So this is very important to be considered for any application before it is deployed and to be used by the real-time user. So that is about moderating response. So we should be very careful before we respond in any LLM application. The next one is constitution in chatbots or any LLM application maybe. Not only in chatbot, anything. So, which can do the conversation with the user in a real-time application. So, constitution means we know it is a rules. So, here we have some set of rules or guidelines and that should define to chatbot or any LLM applications to be followed. The application should follow this set of rules or guidelines so that we can ensure that the chatbot or the LLM applications avoid offensive language, promote any respectful interactions, maintain ethical standard. It acts like a framework to keep the chatbot within the defined boundary. So other than that, it should not go. For example, it should not discuss about politics, or it should not discuss about any harmful thing, or it should not discuss about any religion. So when it is avoiding all these things, so it will be like always peaceful and have a good conversation. So there should be some set of rules to be followed by all these applications. So that is called constitution in chatbot. So let's see why moderation is important. Already we discussed what is moderation. So we know that moderation should ensure that the responses are appropriate, ethical, and respectful, safe for the user. So let's see why it is important. So we should always ensure ethical behavior is there. Chatbot may interact with in vulnerable user means it should follow all possible safety before doing the conversation. So the response must not promote any harmful or offensive content. So that is the first thing why we want moderation. The second thing is we want to protect the user from doing any hateful speech or using any offensive language or providing any harmful content. So this will be creating a safe environment for the user to use those particular applications and maintaining the brand reputation. For example, if a chatbot or any LLM application is developed in the name of any bank or any particular organization, so that particular app or a chatbot represents that. For example, any online shopping or any banking application is using any LLM app, and that particular app is, if it is misbehaving or if it is not providing a proper response without if it is not following all this constitution or moderation, then that particular app bring uh, like it will not bring a good name for the particular organization who is using that application. So it should be very careful that the particular application is using those um, are maintaining those brand reputation. And the next is preventing abusive behavior. So, like we have to discourage the user from misusing the system, and also it should follow two strike policy. What does two strike means? Before two strike, let's say what is first strike? First strike means if the user is using any of the harmful or abusive or inappropriate content, the system should immediately give a warning so that the user will be informed that the behavior they are doing is not appropriate. So if the user is repeating again, that is what the second strike. So if the repetition of that particular behavior is happening, then immediately that particular usage should be temporarily stopped or terminated or blocked from using that particular application, or they can be restricted from using that application or permanently banning that particular user from using that application. So this is what preventing abusive behavior and first strike and second strike policy. And next one is legal compliance. So some regions require some content moderation, and so that should follow some legal standards. So those things are all to be followed. And adding moderation in the LLM applications, so you we can have to attach a moderation chain also to our LLM normal chains so that it can able to filter the harmful output. For example, when a user is giving an input, there should be a filtration, or there should be a moderation chain before those particular input is given to the LLM, so that we can able to prevent that kind of input to the application itself, or also we can also filter the harmful output as well. So how does it is working? So if input is passed through the moderation system, so if the content is harmful, immediately we have to stop it by throwing an error or returning a warning message to the user. So if that particular conversation is safe, then they can proceed with the using of that particular applications. So we'll see with an example shortly so that you will understand. So here is an example in LangChain. So LangChain may be using a moderation chain with the help of OpenAI moderation chain. So it will be creating an LLM chain. So usually we saw in the previous videos how the chains are working and how we can add the chain. So along with the chain, we have to add this moderation chain as well. So some of the examples are sequential chain or LCEL syntax. This can be added to this chain. So the input will be processed safely before generating the output. So how the input is, that like only the output is. So the input itself should be filtered so that we can avoid harmful generation of the output. So I hope now you have understood what is moderation as well as what is constitution. The next important thing is guardrails. So what is guardrail means? Guardrail is a programmable control to the LLMs to manage the output behavior. So what are the programmable control we can do is we can control the topics, like restricted topics should not be discussed, and the way the dialogue structure should be very this should be a conservation flow, and the language style used by the app should be very formal, professional, friendly. That should be followed. So enforce the tone and the structured data extraction. So extract the specific information from the conversation, and the output should be in a formatted output. So I guess you have understood that. So we can see the summary. So what is moderation means? Moderation ensure that the chatbot response are safe, ethical, and compliant. That is moderation. So it is going to ensure this particular things are not happening. A constitution means behaving, defining the rules for the chatbot. So that is constitution. Guardrail means we are going to do the control by programming. So provide programmable control in the LLM outputs. So this is what moderation, constitution, and guardrails. So adding this moderation chain to the LLM application generates a safe output during the deployment. So together, moderation, constitution, and guardrails makes the LLM system more trustworthy, secure, and suitable for the real world applications. So now I hope you got an idea about all these three terms: moderation, constitution, and guardrails. Now let us discuss it with some examples so that you will be very much clear in it. So the first thing is moderation. So these are the three important terms we are discussing. So moderation means filtering the harmful or offensive or unsafe responses. Constitution means we are going to define some rules so that we can able to control the behavior, and the guardrails is programmable control. So let us first we are installing the necessary packages, LangChain, and its uh, necessary other things. And moderation means before we are using or doing the conversation, you should check whether the user's message itself is safe, appropriate. So let's see with an example. So whenever the user is giving an input, so there should be a moderation check. So here we can use a moderation chain. And if it is safe, then send to the LLM and get the response. If it is not safe, we can even use the two strike, or you can use the warning message. So here is an example. So we are importing the regular expression. Here I have some banned keywords like kill, hate, stupid, idiot, some words, no unnecessary words here I have listed. And now what I am going to do is here I have a function to check, moderate the input. So the input we are going to receive from the user is a string, and the output we are going to give is a dictionary. And here is a comment I'm going to give about this function is check if the user message contain harmful content. If it is safe, then we can say true, and then give the reason. If it is false, which means if it is not safe, also we have to give the reason. So whatever the message that is user message, no, so that is a string got from the user is converted to lowercase, and we are going to check. We are going to take one word from this banned keywords, and I have to check whether this keyword is present in the message or not. So message is the message lower contains a message sent by the user, and I'm checking if it is present, then I have to, so the response will be like in a form of dictionary. That's what I told. So safe, we have to say it is false if it is present inside the banned keyword. And the explanation, I have to say that the harmful content is present and that particular keyword should be displayed. So if it is not, if that particular keyword, if that particular message is not containing that particular banned words, then I can return safe as true, and we can say that the particular content is safe. So here I have some text message representing the data from the user. So here I have, hello, can you help me learn Python? Next I have, I hate this bad words, right? So then I'm asking what is the capital of France? And then I am again asking, tell me how, again the input is like how to attack a website. So here this second one and the fourth one is a harmful one. So what happens? It is going to take the text message one by one, and the message is sent to this function moderate input. So we know this moderate input function, so it is sent to that function, and the result is stored here. And I'm saying if the result is safe, if it is true, and then if it is not safe, then we have to make it as block. If it is safe, then we can make it as allow. So then followed by, we can send the message, and we can give the status written by that. So here is the status, it is blocked or allowed, and the reason for that is also sent. So here is an example. So first one is safe. We know that hello, can you help me with learn Python? So that is safe. So it is saying allow. Content is also safe. So that is what the message retrieved from the moderator. So content is safe. This message is written over there. And the second one, hate this system, no? So it is said as blocked, harmful content detection, hate. So similarly, the third one is safe, and the fourth one. So like this, we can set the moderation. So before a input is sent to a LLM, so we here itself we are checking the moderate message, followed by then we are doing in all other steps. So hope you have understood how the moderation is happening. So now you can understand moderation is like a gatekeeper. It check every message before it reach to the particular LLM model. So if something is harmful, it can block immediately. The next example, two strike policy, right? What is one strike? If when the user is doing some violation, we give the warning. Second time, if it is continuing, we have to ban them. So that's how we can able to prevent the abusive behavior. So here I have a class saying the use of the class. We have a constructor with username strikes and banned initialize. So we are whenever a message is taken in the form of a string, the output is also in the form of string. So here we are checking if it is banned. So if the is band is true, then we have to return this message. So that's all. Other ways we can take the message and we can send it to the moderate input. So moderate input function we have already seen here. So that message will be sent to this moderate input. And so moderate input and the result is here. So if not, if the safe is not so here we have safe, right? So where is it? So here we can, if the safe is blocked, also it can also allow allowed. So two messages there. So if it is returning, if it is not in the safe mode, we have to increment the strike. And if the strike is incremented, then it become already previously the strike is zero. So if it is having some harmful thing, and if the strike is one time, then we have to show the warning. So some warning message we are saying, and the reason which written from the moderate message also displayed here. Else, if the strike is more than one, then we have to ban them. So we have to say is banned is true means then we have to ban the particular user because they are using more than one. So this is how it will be working. So here are some conversation. So first time it is first strike. Second time again if they are using a harmful thing, we have to ban them. So here is how we are getting one by one message and we are responding. So second time see here they are banned. So this is how it will be working. What the next one is constitution. So constitution means we know that we have to say a set of rules to be followed. So always the output should be respectful and polite. It should not use offensive language. Always the discussion should be away from politics or religion. So always recommend professional help for the medical legal queries. And so we have to, just like that, the app cannot answer for any medical or legal queries. It should be properly handled by the proper professionals. Otherwise, it may go wrong. Then keep the responses concise and helpful. So here are the constitutions. So here I am saying set of rules. So constitution means set of rules. So we are saying you are a helpful student assistant. You must follow this rule. So we are giving some instructions and we are giving the rules. So always be polite. So some rules are here. Now we are going to apply the constitution. So when you are getting the user input, it is a string and the bot response is also a string. The output we are going to give is a string. So now we are specifying what is the use of this function and violation initially list which is empty. Now we are going to use the political word as a list. All these words are considered to be. So now we are going to get the word one by one, and we are going to also W in. So if that particular word is present in the bot response, then we have to add the particular violation. So we are discussing politics or religion. So which rule is violated, that should be added in the list. So this is for politics. And the next one is if the offensive word is, if the word uses in this category, then the corresponding violation is added to this violation. So likewise, every categories are checked. So now we are going to test with the input. So we are giving what is photosynthesis, and then it is okay. Who should I vote for? Then this is a political question. Help me in the maths, then it is okay. So here is an example. So if the student is asking a proper question, it is properly answered. Whom should I want vote? Then we have to, according to the rule, this should not be discussed. So it is giving the corresponding rule. Discussion about this is not encouraged. So a response has been blocked. And the third one, help me in the maths. So it is also like it is using that stupid easy question. So it is again saying the violations. Response contain offensive language. So accordingly, it will be followed. So I hope you got it right. So it is checking whether this category of data is there. Then accordingly, it is not responding. Or if it is okay, then it is responding. Then next one is guardrails. Guardrails means it's a programmable control. So it can be a topic guardrail. So tone guardrail for, so programmably we can control it. Let's say an example. So here I have some restricted topics in all this category in the form of a dictionary. Again, we have a topic guardrail receiving an input string, and the output is going to be in the form of a dictionary. And here we are saying the importance of this function. So now we are going to convert the user message to a lowercase, and then we are going to get the restricted items. No, from this we are going to take items. We know dictionary we have items, keys, and items means both we'll get key and the value. So that is taken from the dictionary, and then we are seeing from the message, if it is contained something from this keyword, which means from the restricted topic, then return allow is false. Then if it is containing some restricted topic, we should not allow, so allow is false. Topics that particular topic, and we have to say guardrails triggered and cannot discuss that particular topic. If it is not containing the keyword which is in the restricted list, then we can able to discuss it. So that is what in the else part we say allow true, and the topic what we want to discuss, and we can allow the topic. So then tone guardrails. Likewise, for the tone also we can set some prefix and get the tone, and accordingly we can respond, and the length also check. So likewise, we can give an input and check whether it is. So if it, how do I make a bomb? So it should immediately, according to the program, so it should trigger a violence, and it should stop the conversation. So this is how this moderation, constitution, and guardrail are working. I hope you got some idea how the systems are working. Thank you for listening. God bless you.